Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to do a Steph Curry build, so make sure he's a point guard, and we'll move on to the body settings. So on basketballreference.com he's actually listed at 6'2", so we're going to drop the height to 6'2". He's been listed on NBA 2K at 6'3", but I found that 6'2" was a good height for the stats that I wanted for Steph Curry. So I suggest going for 6'2" for his height. In terms of his weight, we are going to drop that down to 167 pounds, which is a little bit higher than the minimum. I just found that to be a good mix of stats. Of course, it won't matter too much if you go down in the minimum, but I just wanted it at 167. Now for wingspan, we are going to drop that down to 6'5" just to boost that shooting a bit higher. So make sure the wingspan's 6'5". And the body shape, for Steph Curry, he's either slight or he's compact. I might go slight just because he's not terribly defined. And we'll move on to the attributes. Now, Steph Curry, of course, he can finish around the rim. You know, he's really crafty when he gets down low, but most of his scoring is from the perimeter or it's from mid-range. He's got a really good floater as well, and he's got really good ball fakes to get him open looks at the rim. But on 2K, just with how much attribute points you do have to sacrifice a little bit here and there to make a build sort of lifelike or realistic as much as you can. And finishing something I've had to sacrifice, so we're just going to push close shot to 55, and then we're just going to push driving layup to 80. So you will get some packages with 80 driving layup. You'll also get Giant Slayer Hall of Fame, which could be a good badge. You won't only get the 9 layup badges, so you won't get anything in tier 3. You do have some decent ones. Fearless Finisher's okay. Acrobat's quite good if you know how to do the hop steps and the Euro steps and things like that. But most of them will be bronze. But Giant Slayer is probably the key one that'll help you score those layups if you ever get caught going against a bigger player. Steph Curry's layup package is 85. So if you want that, you want to make it really Curry-like. You know, you can tinker with the build to get driving layup to 85, but I just found that I had to sacrifice a bit too much in other areas, so I just stuck with the 80. But that will be all for finishing. Now, in terms of shooting, you know, he's the greatest shooter of all time. I think that's pretty much undisputed now. It's been undisputed for a fair while as well. So we want to make sure shooting's really good. Now, it's difficult on 2K. If you try to max out shooting, it does cost a lot and it does take away a lot of points elsewhere. So what I've done is I've just put mid-range shot to 83. Now obviously he's a lot better than this in real life, but I wanted to make sure that I could keep 3-point shot at 96. So 96 is the max. Now, not everything is Hall of Fame. You know, to get blinders Hall of Fame, you need a 97.3, and then limitless range is 99 and Deadeye is 99. Now, if we're being realistic, totally realistic, they probably need to be Hall of Fame, but it's really hard with just the attribute points, and I don't think you'll even get enough badge points with a 99.3 to even get all of these Hall of Fame, all these 4 tier 3 badges, because they really should be for Steph Curry, but I don't even think you'll have the badge points necessary to do that. But what I did want is the Agent 3 badge Hall of Fame, because that improves your ability to make pull-up or spin shots from 3-point range, and I feel like that's really what Curry is. He's fantastic at just pulling up off screens, off pick and rolls, just pulling up from 3, you know, hitting those spin shots. He's hit some crazy 3s in his career. You know, Deadeye, limitless range, and blinders would be perfect as well, but I feel like Agent 3 is his core tier 3 badge that he needs to have Hall of Fame. Now, for free throw, he is a 90% free throw shooter for his career, so, you know, that's amazing. He's hitting 9 out of 10 pretty much throughout his career, which is unbelievable, but we're just going to push it to 84. That's just with the points I had left. I think 84 was still really good as well. So you'll have the 28 shooting badges, which I think is plenty. Now for playmaking, he is a 6.5 assists per game player. He's never led the league in assists, but he's consistently been around 6 or 7 for his career, which I think is very good for someone that's probably more of a shooting guard that plays point guard. So I think that's very high assist numbers for his type of play style. So what we're going to do is going to push pass accuracy to 80 just to get that gold dimer at 80. So you get gold dimer at 80, and then ball handle we're going to push to 94 because he's very tricky with the ball. He may not be the quickest, but he's got a really good handle. And we'll get the handles for days gold with the 94 ball handle, and you'll have all the animations as well, which is fantastic. And then for the speed with ball, we're just going to push that to 86 because, like I said, he's not the quickest, but at 86 you do get an extra badge point, and you'll still be pretty quick. You know, you do have that Hall of Fame quick first step because you do have a high ball handle, so you'll be very quick off the bounce, and that should be enough to get you in front of a guy that they shouldn't really catch you either. And if you're out the back quick enough, the speed with ball, if you're dribbling up the court, should be fine to get you to the rim and score a layup without anyone catching you. So I think with the 94 ball handle and Hall of Fame quick first step, with gold passing, you should be a very good playmaker. Now for defense, Steph Curry's not known for his defense. He's definitely gotten better as his career's gone on. He had some really good seasons where he played defense. He's actually a steals champion when he won the MVP in 15-16, I believe. So, he can definitely get in the passing lanes and guard the man in front of him to a decent degree, particularly if they're the same size. So what I've done is I've just put perimeter defense to 73. I've seen a lot of builds that are similar to this that don't upgrade their perimeter defense too high, which I think is a mistake. I think you do still need a decent level of perimeter defense just to be able to stay in front of someone. Particularly if you've got good IQ, you can get away with 73 pretty comfortably, but I think that should be standard. You should be trying to hit above 70 lateral quickness. I've seen a lot that just have 60 or below. It's really bad. I'd hate to be playing competitively with such a low perimeter defense. But you do have a lot of things. You got Menace Silver with this, so you'll be able to find something that'll help you guard the man in front of you. And now for steals, of course, he's a steals champ, so we want to get that pretty high. So we're going to push it to 85, so we get glove and interceptor silver. So you'll have the 16 badge points, and this is why I wanted to push perimeter defense to 73 in particular, because it gives you the extra badge point to get 16, which means that you'll be able to get both glove and interceptor silver, because you'll be able to call one and then buy the other one with the 6 badge points that you have left. So I think you'll be a decent defender with this build. You won't be anything amazing, but you'll be able to get some steals. If you're pretty good, you got Menace there, which can help, limit the abilities of the person in front of you. And apart from that, you got ankle brace, so you don't get caught with broken ankles. You got pick dodge or bronze as well, which could come in handy. But I think you should be able to make a decent defender. Now for physicals, speed and acceleration, I don't think is terribly important as much as it used to be. Obviously, if you have really high speed, like 95 plus speed, you're probably going to notice it, but I think anywhere in the 80s will get you by pretty comfortably. You shouldn't be too worried about having sort of 80 odd speed. So we're going to go 83 speed, 84 acceleration. Strength, we're going to keep it 30. Vertical, we're going to keep it 53 because we don't have any dunking. I don't see the point of upgrading that. And we're just going to chuck the rest on stamina, for 90 stamina, and that's the build. So in total, we have the 9 finishing, 28 shooting, 26 playmaking, and 16 defensive badges. For a total of 79 badges on this Steph Curry build, that's got quite decent defense, decent finishing as well, particularly on fast breaks. They'll be able to get you those easy points with a good layup. But really, it's the shooting and the playmaking, the shot creating build. That's what Steph Curry is. He's a fantastic shot creator, particularly from 3. And this, no doubt, you'll be hitting lights out. You'll be able to get all the dribble animations, so you'll be able to do whatever you want, and also just be lights out from 3. So it's a really, really attractive looking 6'2" shot creating point guard build that should be fantastic, particularly on the park. So I hope you have a lot of fun with this one. Now, in terms of the takeovers, I just chose Limitless Range because we don't get that Hall of Fame, and if you wanted that boost, I felt like the primary takeover would be the best suited option for that. And obviously that's, Steph Curry invented the Limitless Range 3. And also pull-up precision because he's a fantastic pull-up shooter as well. But as you can see, you've got shades of Mark Price, Mike Conley, and Fred VanVleet. A lot of different, small point guards that are really good shooters and playmakers, particularly Mark Price. If you know a lot about Mark Price, he has some really good seasons where he's an All-NBA player, I believe. and he was a very good shooter in his day as well. But you've built a shot creator, and we'll take a look at the badges. Now for finishing, you don't have a lot here, but like I said, you can get Giant Slayer Hall of Fame. So that could be a really good badge to equip, just in case you get any contact from bigger players going to the rim, and you can couple that with Fearless Finisher just to help with stamina. I do find that helps me absorb, it says it strengthens ability to absorb contact and still finish. I definitely feel like it gives me a boost, and with Giant Slayer it can be really handy as well. They can merge really well together. But of course, Pro Touch has been quite good if you know how to time your layups. So that's definitely an option. You can get that Hall of Fame. But for the last badge, Acrobat might be one to look at. With the 3 badge points, you want to tinker with something. But down here, you don't really have a lot. You could really just put it on anything you like. You got an extra badge point. Maybe Masher if you're coming up against a really tiny defender, but you got the badge point there. I'm not sure what you would use it on, but it's there in case you wanted to put more badges in this. With the +4, you might want to put 3 of them in here just to get Pro Touch on bronze. Maybe 2 of them in here to get Pro Touch on bronze, or 3 to get it silver, or even 4 to get it gold. So that's an option there with the extra badge point. Now for shooting, obviously, if we're being totally honest, they probably should all be on the highest they can go, a gold Hall of Fame. But I'd say the core ones would definitely be, Amped. He just doesn't get tired. Clutch shooter, of course, comeback kid, volume shooter, slippery off ball. He's very hard to stay attached, particularly when he's running around screens. If it doesn't get contested properly, he's hitting that. Green Machine. Agent 3, of course, is there. Deadeye, of course. Limitless Range. Blinders, easy. You've still got 2 left. Catch and Shoot could be definitely one to look at. Claymore, if he's spotting up, it's practically money if he gets it. Midi Magician, they all could be. So you definitely find something that really works for you. You've got 28 badges. Like I said, you can get all of these at least bronze. You can tinker with it, and you can get, most of these Hall of Fame. It can really make a great layout. Now for playmaking, definitely, Dimer. Definitely, Needle Thread is a great badge to have. And there's 5 there. You can get Ankle Breaker. He's broken some ankles in his career. Quick First Step, of course. I'm just going to put that on 4 just to get the 10 badge points. And then, you got a lot here. Clamp Breaker. Handles for days. Killer combos. You can get these 3 on gold and still have 2 left. And you could put 3 extra badge points in here, or all 4 to get Mismatch Expert silver. So you can really make something that's really killer off the dribble. So, of course, Unplackables there, which might be a good one to get as well. Put some points into playmaking to get this silver or gold, and you'll be able to make a really elite ball handler. Now for defense, for Steph Curry, you've got the 16, and this is why I want a 16 to get these ones down here. So, Menace could be a good one just to have on silver, just to help you, not necessarily stay in front of you like Clamps helps, but stay in front of your man and limit his, effectiveness. Menace drops the badge points or the badge tiers, so I think it's a decent badge to have instead of Clamps if you can't get it. Off-Ball Pest is a really great badge. I've got a friend who puts this on Hall of Fame, and it's elite on Hall of Fame. People can't get off him. So I'm just going to put it Hall of Fame just for now, because I don't think anything else really suits Steph Curry. I might drop it to gold just for now. And of course you can get Glove, Core, and then Interceptor as well on silver, and have those 2 silver tier 3 badges as well in defense. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a really great day.